you just make kind of go a little faster.
I'm missing something? No, I don't. This is mine. That's mine. Already?
We're gonna upload it to YouTube at least. No, hold it. I want to. No, I already know how to do it. Yes, I know.
What's your YouTube?
My YouTube thing?
Yeah.
I can get it to you in a second.
Because I'm very interested to see these videos. So I feel like I'm in something.
Send to YouTube. Title?
Okay, so let's go through this, and then we're going to do some writing practice.
No.
Writing checks.
I can write checks.
So, again, hang on to this stuff so that test next week, and there's a fair amount of,
Great.
area to cover on
She can't talk today.
Pay attention, hang on to these, use these for study sheets. I will give you another study
I have my YouTube account.
test, which I believe is
And there's over 400 videos
so
on it.
checking accounts.
I'm not kidding.
Actually,
I only
how
have
many
like
do you have
one,
checking?
maybe. This one's like, I don't know.
You should add me.
What was the question? I will.
So maybe
I'm
about
checking
a
now.
quarter of you guys have those. Okay. Hey, Jack, phone away. Put it away. Come on. You know that. Remember that sign off the
What's that?
Huh? Just kidding. It's a clothing store. Go on their website. Just kidding. That's
Type.
two of my former students. They're 24 years old. Got a nice business going.
Missing.
Part of the proceeds of their T-shirt things
Get the
and
tag.
hats goes towards charities. So they will sponsor things like Children's Hospital fundraisers, breast cancer type things. That's part of what they do. But a couple guys, when they were 18, they left school here, went to school here, headed down to Florida, had $800, ended up around Tampa. Needed to work. They were, Alex, what was the first job they had?
They sold, or they rented cooler scooters.
Okay, cooler scooters. So they did that.
They had wheels on them, so you could say electric. They had
So
an
funny.
electric motor.
Yep.
Oh. Ah.
Like scooter.
So they started off with that, they bought some of those, then they
I'll
were
show you
finding
my
that
YouTube
people were
account so
kind
you
of
can add
getting
me.
skinned up in this.
Sounds
again.
good.
Do we really want to do this? One of the guys, his girlfriend said he liked to draw. They went to school at Lake Elmo, met in 2nd grade, best friends ever since. Anyway, so his girlfriend says, why don't you make T-shirts? He's going, you're kidding. But she meant that, seriously. So they did. They ended up coming back here, started this clothing company. Parents not happy, not happy. You're gonna do what? You're gonna be doing clothes, designing them? But they put all their effort into it, and they're based out of North St. Paul now. They sponsor a lot of, if any of you know, I think of his name, Jake Price? Jake?
Yeah,
He's on them, oh. But I talked to him, and he's a skateboarder. They sponsor him. They sponsor, not sponsor, but they are real close, tight with a lot of music groups, festivals and things. And it's cool because when you get a T-shirt, you order one. It comes in a pizza box. It's a pizza box.
Wow.
They have a signed note on it. They put that on it, and then we signed that thank you letter with it. It's very, very personable. And this, and the other thing with their clothing company is, when they're sold out forever. So on their website, you'll see SOF, sold out forever. And so it's like a group of people who are onto them, and it's sort of like, oh, you got that issue, and it's just kind of a different way of doing things. But they, like I said, they donate a lot of their proceeds to worthy causes. It's not just about them making money; it's kind of giving back to the community. So that's it.
I'm not recording. I'm just playing with it.
So
Why are you
it's
recording?
kind of
I'm not recording.
Anyway, checking accounts. Common financial service used by many people.
That's fun.
You can access those funds through check. ATMs, debit cards, telephone, internet. Now, accessing cash, I can move money around on the phone and on the internet. I move it all the time. But to get the cash, I've got to use either my debit card or write a check too. It mentions services and fees vary depending on the financial institution. I hear other people talking while I'm talking. I'm not happy about that. Alex,
What are you talking about? We're talking.
it's not always free checking. And remember, banks are businesses, and they need to make up for some money they've lost in other areas. And so sometimes it's free, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you have to write so many, you can't write over so many checks a month and things like that. But why do you use them? You don't have to carry all that cash. It's useful for paying bills. It's one of the spending tools. When I look at my checkbook register, and that's the key thing, whether you're using a debit card or a checkbook, Ronnie, listen, okay? You gotta write it down. You just have to write it down. If you don't keep track of that stuff, that's where you can go over what you, and that's when it starts costing money too, because they've got lots of ways of getting that money from you. It's safety. Using checks is safer than carrying cash. Definitely. If I lose my checkbook, if I lose my purse, my checkbook's in it, I can call the bank and I can, they'll put a stop on any of those checks. No one can use it. I'm not responsible for them. Wallet with cash in it, hey, when the cash is gone, it's gone. There's no way there's no safety checks there. So a check is just something that's used at the time of purchase in the form of payment. On it, there's pre-printed information in it. Name, address, financial institution, identification numbers.
Got it.
Used to be, we'll show some pictures here in a minute. They used to have people put more information than was necessary. But when you hear that term, bounced a check, okay, it means a check was written for an amount over the current balance in the account. So it bounces due to insufficient funds or not enough money to cover it. So if I've got $50 in my checking account and I write a check for $80, I don't have $80 in there. And that means it's gonna come back to the bank. They're gonna charge me, the store is gonna charge me, just like Sean was talking about. And the other thing, it talks about future chances for credit could show up on there too. The register is a place, again, to record your monetary transactions. So whether it be check, ATM withdrawals, debit card, deposits, additional bank fee, all those things you want to keep on a register. Checkbook just has something to track that. ATM things we talked about. You can use to withdraw cash, you can make deposits in those. And then it says additional fees may be assessed if the ATM used is not provided by the financial institution sponsoring the card. So the nice thing Sean talked about was the nationwide network that some of these banks have with each other. Knowing people are gonna travel, they're gonna need cash, they need to access an ATM. And if you're on the road for a month, and each time you get cash, you're gonna get $3, $3, $3, $3, or $5, whatever it is. That's expensive, and it's not a way to keep your customers. You want your customers to be happy too. So I think that's pretty cool that they have a network. If you're traveling, you wanna know where you could go though, what cities have that. So, I mean, it's not like every single ATM is gonna honor those things too. With my credit union, which is up in Sandstone, and all the branches are, I think the closest one to here is like maybe North Branch, and then there's Pine City, and there's a few up that way. Down here, there's no credit union down here. But there's an agreement with other credit unions and actually other bank ATMs that I can use too. So I never get charged for that. And I mentioned Quick Trip. There's no ATM fees. You'll see a sign hanging over. It says no ATM fees. It does not matter what bank or credit union you're at. No fees on there too. And while we're talking about discounts and fees and things, just an FYI, for those of you who are driving and are getting hit with these higher gas costs, It was a marathon, now it's a holiday, 5 in Maiden Road, just to the south here. Every Tuesday, we don't advertise this, but they do this, every Tuesday, it's double off coupons. So if you've got a coupon, like every month in the Pioneer Press, there's ones for Quick Trip and Super Value, or Super America and Holiday. They'll honor any kind of gas coupon. Yesterday I had one for 7 cents, it's Tuesday, so I got 14 cents off the gallon. That was kind of nice to have that. It still was, $3.60 a gallon or so, but, if you make a habit of filling up on those days, look for those coupons, and then get double off those. It's a pretty nice thing too. Jordan?
Quick Trip always takes competitors.
They do, yeah, and most gas stations will do that. So if I'm at Quick Trip and I've got a holiday coupon,
Pippi Girl 16.
they're pretty good about that. They hunt their business, it doesn't.
Is it just one line?
But just so you know, there might be some other places you can get double coupons too, but that one I know for sure does. Debit card, looks like a credit card, it's connected to a bank account.
Is that what you
Money's
refer that to?
automatically taken from the account when purchases are made, and you have to put in a PIN.